So we decided to step away from our responsibilities and adult life for a bit and come down to the river. It's kind of, well, it's like the first nice day of like spring here, so everyone is here. So I promise that lovely music in the background, not my taste. Anyway, here's my lovely family playing in the water, and I'm gonna do a little bit of crocheting. Let's see if you can see it. And brought my box with me so I can, you know, work on a little something and get my toes wet. I'm excited. So we just got back from the river. It was lots of fun. I did get a little bit of crocheting in, which was nice. May have gotten just a little bit car sick, so I didn't crochet the entire time on the way back. But I want to show you what I have been working on this week. So I'm working on another sheep pattern. This one will be for the stick sheep in my stick animal barnyard. Because I already have you know, the pattern for this sheep here, and I started going off of this one, but this one was made with a bigger size hook, and it's been amazing to me just how different the two are. So this one here I'm making with a pea-sized hook, and the one behind me I made with a Q-sized hook, and already I've had to make this one at least one row bigger, which means adding 6 stitches, which, I don't know, seemed like kind of a lot to me, kind of a big difference. But there are a couple different things I want to do differently with this one now versus that one behind me. So yeah, we'll see what I get done to show for their sleep. I just got back from a quick errand run. I had to pick up some nylons for my stuffed animal projects. So the key to good nylons for the amigurumi projects is cheap, because the cheap ones stretch really well, and the biggest size you can get. So I just go to the dollar store here, and I just get like their, you know, this one is like a one size fits all. The black ones I got are, it says queen size, so I'm assuming a little bit bigger than typical one size fits all. Anyway, they work really great. They're very stretchy, and that's very important when making an animal. So today I am working on my alpaca a little bit. It's been weeks since I've worked on it. I've noticed that one of the things that I tend to do is that when I finally have a chance to crochet, usually at the end of the day, I'm so burnt out that I don't really have the wherewithal to design. And so that's why I've kind of been bouncing from project to project, because some seem easier than others. And so I've been putting the alpaca off. But I'm working on it today, and I'm just about to shape the head. So I just got the eyes on. This camera makes the nose look a little bit bigger than it is, just part of the camera distortion, but I'm pretty happy with it. So I'm going to go ahead and shape the head, and then I'm going to start working on the ears. So this is the setup that I have going on here. I've got my white foam core next to my window, and then I photograph here just on my point and shoot as I go along, so that I can have the steps for myself if I need to repeat the project, and also part of making the pattern so that I make a more complete pattern. So I just finished shaping the head, and you can see it's got just a little bit more dimension to it. It's not quite so flat. This is going to be kind of the sum up of my vlog for this week, because I don't know if I'll have much more time to work on things, and things I will work on will probably mostly be getting the snowy owl on the computer, which is not that exciting. So on that note, I am still working on getting the snowy owl, typed up and in the computer. I was able to get some nicer photos of it today, and so that will be used for the cover. I'm hoping to make some progress on that and potentially send out to testers by the end of the month or beginning of next month. So I'm pretty excited about that. I've made a little bit more progress on the alpaca. I went ahead and stitched the nose on. I guess not stitched, sewed? I don't know. I got the nose on. I was going to do fleece ears like I have on the lamb here, but the alpaca is so much smaller that when I was thinking about it, it didn't really make sense to use fleece, and also it would be the only place on the alpaca that I would. So I think on this one, like on the snowy owl, it will be one of the few animals that I don't use fleece on. Next, I guess, update is over here. And it's really not much of an update at all, actually. It looks worse than it did last time. This right now is the stick cow that I had from last week. I haven't made any progress on it, and actually I removed an eye because I needed the pins to stitch in the alpaca eye. And I'm just really not loving it. I don't know. I just don't think I'm going to even use it all, so I probably won't finish it like I had said I would last week. I'll probably just start that one completely from scratch again and see if we can make it better next time. Then below that, my bin here, during the week when we went off to go have an adventure, that I was working on a stick sheep head, and so that's what this is. I've made some pretty good progress. I wasn't able to start stuffing it because I didn't have nylons, so that was the purpose for the run. So I'm definitely going to be working on that. And so the reason why I started on the stick sheep is because it is very similar to the larger sheep that I'd already made, and I as I kind of talked about earlier, I was feeling pretty burnt out trying to create and design, and so for the most part it was just following the pattern and then deciding like, well, do I need to add an extra row here? Yes or no. So it was really minor changes, so it didn't really feel like it was too creatively demanding. So that's why I went ahead and started on that as well. Yes, I do have a lot of kind of my hand in a lot of different pots, I guess, but for some reason that's just how my brain works, and I do better when there are multiple things, not too many things. Like I might be on the verge of too many things. Like if I start another project, I might be in trouble. So yeah, so I've got to get some things finished, and probably the first thing I really need to get done is the patterns, because that's definitely a lot of cognitive load. Anyway, it's been a really lovely week here, and I will see you next week. I hope you have a lovely, lovely time. Take care.